And hello, welcome to the Replay Dugout. I am Tom Abbott, and I have just purchased the 1984 season of Statis Pro Advanced, and I'll be using Digital Diamond Baseball to play that with. Just got the files from Derek Beckner yesterday. By the way, he has a sale going on. If you go out to Facebook and look at the status, if you're not in the Statis Pro Advanced group, go join that group, and you should see a post by him out there. He's basically got 50% off. So I bought the CSV/PDF season, and I got that for $7.50. I mean, you can't go wrong there. So yeah, Facebook group for Statis Pro Advanced, and find Derek's post. And if you've been kind of wondering about this game, or maybe you already have it and you're looking to add a few more seasons, now's the time to do it. 50% off. So I'm going to go back to the game here. Today's game is going to be a replay of the 1984 July 12th Detroit Tigers at Minnesota Twins. This was played at the Metrodome in Minnesota in front of 29,729 fans. This was a day game, and as you can see in real life, the Twins won this one 4-2. That made their record 44-41, and the Tigers were 57-28. Looks like this was a closely contested match here. Who pitched? Let's see. Dan Petrie pitched really well, and Frank Viola also pitched very well. Looks like, you know, both of these pitchers shut things down until the sixth inning when the Tigers broke through. And then I'll tell you, as a Tigers fan, I don't know about 1984, but recently it seems like anytime the Tigers score, they just turn right back around and give those runs back. Now, I'm being kind of hard on them when I know this last season they were amazing. That second half of the season was just was unbelievable. Anyways, so they went up 4-1, and then the Tigers came back, tried to get back into this. They did get a run, but they couldn't finish it off. Let's see. So again, this is real life. Let's go to Digital Diamond. And as you can see, this is July 12th. Let's take a look at how things are going for us right now. I've been playing this season with mostly Digital Diamond. Some of the games, I have a separate season going on with Payoff Pitch. But I was talking to Gary Duke. Gary Duke, I know him from the Digital Diced forum. I'm sorry, the Digital Diamond Baseball forum. And then he's also pretty active out in a lot of the same Facebook groups I'm in, and probably you are as well. And he really gave me a great idea. And that is you play one season, but you play that season with multiple engines. And when he told me that, that really hit me. I was like, that was brilliant, because it scratches a lot of itches. I mean, I want to keep one season, but I'd like to play all these different games. And so what I was doing was I was having all these different projects, and you know, I didn't really want all these projects. So this was brilliant. So what I've been doing is I've just been kind of divvying things up. I've been playing one season with Digital Diamond, another, you know, I'll play the same season, multiple games. Let me get my thoughts straight here. One season where I'm playing some of the games with Digital Diamond, some of the games with Payoff Pitch, some of the games with Statis Pro Advanced, some of the games with Action PC, and with Digital Diamond Baseball, I can use the game board companion and load all my games in there. So Digital Diamond is automatic. It's just part of the game. Statis Pro Advanced is part of the Digital Diamond game. So all that's in there anyways, but Payoff Pitch and Action PC, I'm going to have to hand enter those. But with Digital Diamond Baseball, it makes it fairly simple. I say simple. I was watching another YouTuber the other day who was complaining about, actually really liked Digital Diamond Baseball, but his complaint was that it's the game board companion part. It can be pretty difficult sometimes. And I will admit that sometimes you run into a play, and yeah, sometimes you're chasing this, what command to type in to get that play in properly, and you can spend 15, 20 minutes trying to figure that out. But that's, I've been playing this enough now to where that doesn't happen too often. It happens every now and then, but for the most part, this game flows really well. Anyways, back to the game here. As you can see in my season here, I've got Detroit in the American League East in first place at 50-34 with Toronto Blue Jays 3.5 games back. Huge run differential for the Tigers, plus 86. It looks like the Yankees have got a pretty good one too, but they haven't been able to translate that into as many wins as the Tigers. We go to the AL West, where the Angels have been pretty dominant there. They're up 8 games on the White Sox. White Sox at 500, and the rest of the division is all below 500. Whereas over back on the East, almost all but 2 of the teams are at 500 or better. In the National League East, it's the Cubs up by 2 over the Phillies. And in the West, the Padres are up by 2 over the Astros and 2.5 over the Dodgers. So let's just look at a couple of the major stats here before I get into the game. You've got Dave Winfield leading the American League with a massive 342 average. This many games in, how many are we in? We just passed the All-Star break, 84 games. He's over the halfway mark, and he's still batting 342. That's amazing. Then you've got Andre Thornton and Dwayne Murphy and Parrish all at 20-plus home runs at the halfway mark, a little over halfway mark. Andre Thornton and Dave Winfield, with the RBIs at 70 and 64. Mike Schmidt, look at that, halfway mark, 27. So he's on pace for about 53, 54 home runs, which is amazing, and he's at 72 RBIs. Look at Tony Gwynn, 80. What did I say it was? 85 games in, and he is still over 400. That's amazing. And God bless him, Tony Gwynn. I forget how many years ago he passed away, but you've got Bert Blyleven at 2.27, leading the American League in ERA. Doyle Alexander, I always say whenever I see him, I met him once. Great guy, really down to earth. And then on the saves, you've got Willie Hernandez leading the way. I'm going to just brush past the rest of these. And let's see if there's anything to watch for this game here. Orioles, Tigers at Twins. Willie Hernandez is looking to work the 9th for another save. Okay, so let's go to our game here. I'm relatively new with Statis Pro Advanced. So if you're experienced with this game, or you're learning it yourself, and whatever, and you see where maybe I'm making a mistake, please drop something in the comments. And if you're in the live chat, nobody's here yet, but if you see where I've made a mistake, by all means, jump in, help me out. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go to July. Like I said here, we just got to the All-Star break. We are at July 12th. Dan Petrie will be taking on Frank Viola. Let's go play ball here. Here's our lineup for the Tigers. It's going to be Lou Whitaker at second base. Whitaker, second base. Howard Johnson, that's odd that he's batting second. I haven't seen that too much, but these are actual lineups. So after the All-Star break, Sparky Anderson decides to give Hojo a try at the top half of the top part of the order. So he's playing third base. Johnson, third base. Barbaro Garbe will be the designated hitter. Garbe, DH. Lance Parrish will be catching. Parrish, catcher. Batting fifth will be Chet Lemon in center field. Lemon, center field. Batting sixth will be Darrell Evans playing first base. Evans, first base. Larry Herndon will be batting 7th and playing left field. Herndon, left field. Kurt Gibson will be batting 8th and playing right field. Gibson, right field. And Doug Baker, newcomer. Looks like maybe we picked him up in a transaction. Playing shortstop. Baker, shortstop. Dan Petrie will be on the mound, and he is having a great year at 10-4, 3.62 ERA. Okay, on the Twins side of the house, Kirby Puckett, God rest his soul, will be playing center field. Puckett, center field. Darrell Brown batting second and playing left field. Brown, left field. Kent Herbeck will be batting third and playing first base. Herbeck, first base. Dave Engel batting fourth and catching. Engel, catching. Randy Bush batting fifth and the DH. Bush, DH. Tom Brunansky, right field. Brunansky, right field. Batting seventh. I never know how to say this. I think it's Tuffle. Tim Tuffle playing second base. Tuffle, second base. And batting eighth, Gary Gaetti. It is such a Minnesota Twin name, by the way, Gary Gaetti. He'll be playing third base. Gaetti, third base. Houston Jimenez will be playing shortstop and batting ninth. Jimenez, shortstop. Frank Viola is on the mound. He's having a decent season at 9-7 at 3.46. And let's go. These are as-played lineups. We're going to execute our transactions. This is Digital Diamond version 12. And again, we're going to be playing Statis Pro Advanced. Okay. Statis Pro Advanced, even though it's integrated into Digital Diamond, you still have to use it, play this with the board game companion. So you leave these unchecked, and we go ahead with board game companion. These are as played lineups. Let's go ahead and set our lineups. We're just going to go ahead and accept the as played. I know some people, I saw a video the other day by Ron Juckett, and he was saying don't play as played, and I respect his opinion and I understand his reasons. But you know, when you have limited time, I don't want to sit here and mess around. I just want to play. So I'm just going to go with as played. It's good enough for me. Play ball. Let's see how our volume is doing. Maybe turn this down a tad. I know in Statis Pro Advanced, I need to establish the pitcher's effectiveness. So where is that? How come I can't see any of that? Let's see. Let's move this over here. I have to go to the cards. Yeah, here we go. We are in Minnesota. Minnesota Twins. There it is. There's the ballpark. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that. Okay. And so pitcher stuff. I need to do a roll. I'm going to go back to the game here. We're going to flip a fast action card, a FAC card. All right. Let me move this up here. There we go. And the roll is 53, random number 53. Let's go back to our chart here. 53 is a normal. And so who's this for? This is for Viola. I'm going to put a note here. Viola. Oops. Normal. Petrie. Let's do a roll for him. 87 back here. 87. Ooh, Petrie is not set for a good day. Petrie, I'm sorry. Terrible. -2. So what that means here is on the pitching range, I have to go -2. So if we come here, this first batter has a pitcher batter range of 2-7, this matchup that is. So what I have to do is I have to go, when it's Petrie, I have to go, here's 2-7, go back 2. So it's going to actually be 2-6, which lessens the likelihood that the determination of the at-bat will be on the pitcher card. Okay, so Viola is going to be normal. Petrie's going to be terrible. Let's go ahead and let's take our first pitch here. Who's up? Lou Whitaker. Let's flip our card. We have 11. 11 is going to be on the batter's card. 25. That is a double to right field. Way to go, Whitaker. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we're on second base with nobody out. And, you know, since I'm doing this game board, game companion, I'm just going to go ahead. Well, it's already very fast. I do want to keep the sound effects. If I turn this to lightning speed, you lose everything except for the home runs. So Whitaker on second. Oh, and by the way, let me just say this. I'm probably not going to be able to record this entire game. If you're really interested, I can tell you how I can post somewhere that the end, you know, what the outcome of the game was. But I thought I'd just get a video out here because it's been a little while since I put one out. So anyways, Howard Johnson up to bat. Flip the card. And this is 7. Viola, he's normal, so we keep that there. RN61 is going to be an out. That's an RN. That's an F7 with no error. F7. Now, with Statis Pro Advanced, where are you? I could potentially do an advancement. So Whitaker could possibly, ooh, where is that? Here we go. Base runner advancement. These are on hits, flyouts. So I could look at this and say, okay, fly out to, what did I say it was? RN is fly out to left field. He has a throwing arm of T4, and on base running Whitaker is a B. So if I go look at T4B, rate advance on fly out, second to third on fly out to left, T4B. I'd have to have the fast action card would have to be between 11 and 28 for Whitaker to be safe. And I don't like those odds, so I'm going to let him stay put. F7. Okay, we have one out, and that's going to bring up Garbey. You know what? I'm just wondering now. I had heard somebody say that at some point in the season, Trammell gets injured. Let me just look at the lineups here. See, that's, do I have any way to get out of, or look at the Tiger lineup? Okay, maybe I have to come over. Oh, hello. How about I click on the Tiger defense pen? I have a feeling Trammell's out. I'm wondering why Howard Johnson's batting second, and I don't see Trammell, unless it was like, you know, just giving them the day off. Let's go to the bench here. By the way, enjoying a nice ice cold Diet Coke from McDonald's. Got the Detroit Lions symbol on there. Logo. My wife picked this up for me. So I hope you're enjoying an ice cold pop there. All right. Let's see. I do not see Trammell. I wonder. I think this is the part of the season where he's injured because he's not even on the roster. That hurts. He's our best player. No questions asked. All right, let's see. Who's up? Barbaro Garbey. Let's see. Let's hide this. Okay. Let's see how he does here. We're going to get a 5. That's on the pitcher's card. 17 is okay, he's a right-handed batter, so it's going to be an 18 of G6. Let's see what happens on a G6. Ground ball to the shortstop, fielded there by Jimenez to Herbeck for the out. Whitaker holds at second. So 2 outs. Looks like the Tigers are on the verge of wasting a leadoff double, and we have Lance Parrish coming up. Now, Lance has already got 20 home runs for me at the halfway mark. So he's really he's doing well as far as home runs, but he's batting 198. So we gotta get that. We got to get him going there. We need better than that. I understand he's a power hitter, but come on, man, 198. Oh, hey, look at Midlife Crisis joined. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that you had joined. I don't know. Are you still here? Yeah, you're here. Good, good, good. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. All-Star break. Yes, he didn't play in the All-Star game. That's how Alfredo Griffin made his only All-Star game. Trammell started second half on the DL. Thank you, Midlife Crisis. I appreciate your knowledge on that. Let's see. Griffin was Damaso Garcia's +1 instead of a wife or girlfriend. And since Trammell was a last-minute scratch, they added Griffin to the roster out of convenience. Hey, all right. He got in, man. He can always tell his grandchildren that. So, all right. Runner on second, 2 out. By the way, Midlife, do you play Statis Pro Advanced? I'm kind of new to Statis Pro Advanced. I just Derek Beckner's got a sale going on, 50% off right now. So I got the 1984 season for $7.50. I mean, you can't go wrong there. So, but if you play this, if you're pretty handy with this and you see me messing up, let me know, because like I said, I'm new. Anyways, let's see, Lance. Let's flip a card here. That is going to be on Viola's card, 64. That's an out. RP. RP is a G6. We don't have any errors. And it looks like the Tigers squandered that leadoff double by Whitaker. And as I said in real life, the Twins did win this one 4-2. All right, here we go. It's Kirby Puckett, the late Kirby Puckett. And you know what I can't tell, Midlife? I don't know if you're here still or not. I'm using StreamYard. And, I don't know if anybody else is in here. I can't tell. The only way, no, I do not. Tried Statis Pro when Mark first had it to update. Yeah, went back to Deep Drive Strat. Oh, okay. I started off back in the 70s as a kid with APA, 1977 seasons. Played the guts out of that game, and then it sat on a shelf for decades, and then just probably 6-8 months ago I got back into this. I pulled it off the shelf and I started playing it again, and then I got interested in other games. MOI, what is that? As of now it looks like only MOI. Oh yeah, you're the only one in here. Okay, yeah, there's no way I can see. Oh yes, I can. And, let me, if I bring this, no, I'm not going to bring it over because it'll do that weird camera thing, but I see one person in there. I do see where I can tell how many people are in here. All right. Let's see. Puckett, switch a card here. Remember, we have Petrie. At the beginning of this, you roll to see how their game is going to be. If it's going to be, you check their stuff, and Viola rolled within this range here. He's normal, and unfortunately Petrie flipped a card and ended up in terrible -2, which means the entire game that he's pitching, it's always -2. So 2-6, and this is from the directions. So 2-6 -2 is 2-4. So this most of these are going to be on the batter's card. So flip a card here. We have 12. 12 is surprise on the batter's card. 64 is an out. Our N is a G6. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. G6. Baker on over to Evans. So, Midlife, you a Tigers fan? How do you have this Tigers knowledge? Or you just baseball in general, or what team do you support? All right, let's see. We have Daryl Brown up. Daryl Brown. We'll have this is -2 for 2 to 5. That is actually going to end up on Petrie's card. 36 is a walk. So Brown is on. I have 2 viewers. Whoever's here, welcome. I'm probably not going to be able to end this. Looks like you guys might have lost me for a second there. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably only going to be able to play a few innings here. So here we go. Kent Herbeck up, 1 out, 1 on. Let's see. OBRC is speed of D+, probably not going to try to steal. Let's see. Herbeck has a hit and run rating of 0. I think that's actually, it's not great. But you know what? I'm going to check the Digital Diamond manager. Manager saying just hold the runner at first. They're not recommending stealing or anything. All right, so here's Herbeck. And 4-7 is 2-5 because of Petrie. That's a 6. That's on the batter's card. And that's a base hit to right field. Okay, so now I come here. This is advanced. Oops. And so here we have a base hit to third single, or first to third single to right. So my right fielder is a T3. He's an OBRC, T3, OBRC, 11-58. Do I take the chance on that, on him going to third? Let's see, midlife, you're saying I was a deep South Texas transplant in spring of 84. First and only real friend I made was from Richmond, Michigan. I have been a baseball addict my whole life, yep. But that summer was special. My buddy was also a lonely transplant, so he got to share the Tigers run with someone who appreciated with him. Cool. Well, I was born and raised in Michigan, always a Tiger fan. I was kind of also a Reds fan in the 70s, Big Red Machine. And the only reason that came to be was my cousin, and he's the one that introduced me to APA. I don't know, he was just a little older than me, and I really looked up to him, and he was a Reds fan, and I wanted to be like my cousin, so I liked the Reds too. And so it's Tigers first with a little bit of interest in the Reds still these days. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to have Brown go to third. So let's go. Hey, he's going to make it. He is going to make it because that's a 34, and we have a T3C. First to third, single to right. Yep. So he made it. So it's going to be 1B, F. 1B, F9, R12. That'll put Herbeck on first, Brown on third. This could be a short game for Petrie. Petrie having a really good season, though. As you can see, 10-4 at the All-Star break, or right after the All-Star break. So first and third with 1 out. Let me think here. This is a part of the game I haven't done much with yet. If I go to the directions, there's a section in here for fielding adjustments. And I know this is exciting viewing, me figuring this out. Infield positioning. I think I'm going to do corners in. It's good for holding sacrifice, but holding runners at third while allowing middle infielders to possibly turn a double play. So the runners on first and third, that sounds good. The first and third basemen are considered to be playing infield. Okay. And so then if I look at my charts here, I think there is oh yeah, for each one of these, it'll tell you what to do here. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead. We have corners in, first and third, 1 out. That's going to be on the batter's card. An 88 is an RN. That's an out. So an RN is G6, no errors. So I have to go look up G6. Now I know you can punch G6 in here, but I don't know if I come here. No, it's not going to let me adjust the field. So I have to figure this one out. I can't normally, Digital Diamond will let you enter Statis Pro outs, and it has all those entered. But I'm playing the corners in. So what am I doing here? That was a G6 with runners on first and third. I have to get to the first and third chart. Second and third. Bases loaded. Bases loaded. First and runner on third. First and third, G6. Hard ground to the shortstop, double play, 6-4-3. Paid off. Got out of that one. Petrie survives. Midlife, I got to tell you, that is a great. Oh, hang on. Odd Epiphany in 1990 chose to tonight fishing with Fred instead of watching Game 4 of the World Series. Realized thereafter I had transitioned to a Philly fan. Hey, you know, we moved to Chicago a long time ago. I took a job in right downtown Chicago, about 2 blocks north of Harry Carey's restaurant. And we lived out in the burbs, took the train back and forth to work every day. It was a great time. I loved Chicago. I don't know how it is now. This was early 2000s, so I've heard it's not so good there anymore. But where was I going with that? Oh, we adopted the Cubs and the Bears while we were out there. I mean, even though I'm a Tigers and a Lions fan first, while we were out there, we just, we supported the Bears. We supported the Cubs. We were out there during when the Cubs were really good, and the whole Steve Bartman incident. We were there, not at the game, but that's when we were following things, and it was it was so crazy. I felt so bad for that guy. All right, here we go. Top of the second, and Chet Lemon. Let's see how he does against Viola. That's going to be on the batter's card. And oh, look at that. He stroked it. Long drive. Where's this going? Right field.
There it goes. See ya.
There we go. 1-0. A blast by Chet Lemon. Nice going. That was his 10th of the year. Well done, Chet. Now we're going to bring up Darrell Evans. All right, Darrell Evans is going to end up on the pitcher's card at 24. That is a base hit into right field. Darrell Evans is aboard. Oh, I was going to tell you, Midlife. I love your online name there, Midlife Crisis, because I feel like that's at least for me. That's what this whole hobby is kind of for me. It's kind of a midlife crisis. I can't explain it. It kind of takes me back to being a kid. It's very nostalgic for me, and yeah, still. So, anyways, I love your handle there. Still a huge fan of the 70s and 90s Dolphins and the Reds pre-1991, and have always been a Flyers Sixers fan. Nice. I don't know if you can see. Let me blow this up. I don't know if you can see my shirt, Villanova. My oldest son graduated from there, and we visited him a handful of times out there. And of course, this was right outside of Philadelphia, and so I guess we've got a little bit in common, that we got some teams that we support in Philadelphia. Yeah, so anyways, that's great. Midlife crisis. That is so awesome. All right, nobody out. Evans aboard. He's not fast. A D for OBR and a D for speed. Herndon, not a great hit and run guy. We're just going to go ahead and go straight up at bat on this. And let's see, Herndon. He's going to be on the batter's card at 21, is going to be a base hit. Base hit to center field. He's a T5 with an OBR of D. Let's go find that T5 with an OBR of D, right field. Second to third, first, second, and third. Oh, okay. So the center field, there's no advancement from first base. So fly ball center field. Herndon is out. Evans holds. That's going to bring up Kirk Gibson. All right. Somehow he's batting 8th. I don't quite understand that. I think it took a while for Sparky to figure out he was better against left-handers than he originally thought. Anyways, all right, 7 is on the pitcher's card. That's a 12. These are good rolls. That is a base hit into left field. Slow runner. We're not going to worry about any extra bases there. So the Tigers with a home run, a base hit, and a base hit. First and second. Let's see if they can turn this into more than one run. I'm just reading your post there. You know, that's funny. You know, I tell my wife, I said, you know, a lot of my friends golf, and to me, that's a very expensive hobby. I'm not out golfing once or twice a week. You know, maybe every blue moon I might dump 20 or 50 bucks or something on something to do with this hobby. But it's few and far between. I mean, this game here, I picked it up for $7.50. So I'm home, not out on the golf course. So the thing is, I can't, just especially with all this visiting, I can't finish a whole game here. I'm probably going to finish this inning in the bottom of the second. I'm going to probably wrap it up. So he just gave a softball scout. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. It's a great school. Super expensive school. I think it's, you know, when my son was going there, it was like $64,000 a year. So you're looking at almost $250,000 for a bachelor degree there. So if she's got a scholarship, hopefully a full ride, that's pretty awesome. Now, before you go thinking I'm wealthy and all that, I'm not. My son was pursuing the priesthood, and Villanova is a school that was started by the Augustinians, and he joined the Augustinians, and they sent him to school there, and he got a degree, and he actually discerned out after a while. He spent 2 years at Villanova, and then he went through his novitiate in Wisconsin, and eventually just, you know, discerned that wasn't his calling and dropped out of it. So, but you know, he got the degree, and we got to go out there and experience a little of that. And that was back when they won the national championship too in basketball. So that was quite a time to be a fan, be involved with that school. Anyway, all right. Enough talking here. Who's up? Doug Baker. I forgot all about this guy. Actually, I didn't forget about him. I didn't even know about him. So 10 is going to be on the batter's card, and that is a 72, and 72 is an RN. RN is an F9. Fly ball right field. I'm not going to try to advance Evans. We're just going to hold. COVID ended that, yeah. Yeah, I put this down for like 40 years. I'm 58 years old right now, and, you know, picked this up, like I said, about 6-8 months ago. And now I've got, and it's funny, I was just going to play APA. Now I've got APA, I've got Payoff Pitch, I've got Statis Pro Basic, Statis Pro Advanced, Digital Diamond, I've got Action PC Baseball. I've got OOTP, although I found OOTP to be just way more than I need. You can play it in just like a replay mode, like I'm doing right here, and I will drop in every now and then and play a game. But I was saying at the beginning of this video too, Gary Duke. I don't know if you know who he is. You might see him out in some of the forums, in the Facebook groups. Really good guy. He gave me the idea of playing one season, but playing it with multiple games. And I just, when he told me that just the light bulb went off, and I thought that is a great idea, because now I can play one game, one season, and if I get just an itch, hey, I want to play Payoff Pitch, or hey, I want to do a little Digital Diamond, or whatever, I can just play the one season. And with Digital Diamond, of course, you've got the game board companion. You can enter all the plays in and just keep everything in one place. But anyways, I love this hobby. 2 out, 2 on. Sweet Lou Whitaker up to bat, and let's see. Pitcher's card, that's going to be an out. LN is an F6, no error. Fly, he pops it up to the shortstop, and that's going to do it. But the Tigers do get a run on a Chet Lemon home run to right field. It was a bomb. And after 1.5, Tigers won. Twins coming to bat. Twins in my season are 37-47. And they are in last place in the American League West. And, of course, the Tigers are in first place. And so far, this has gone, in real life, they went bell to bell, first place from the start of the season all the way through the World Series. They never saw anything other than first place. And so far, I've been able to replicate that in this season in Digital Diamond. So let's see who's up. Randy Bush. And just heads up, this will be my last inning. I'm at 40-some minutes on this video. And I need to kind of call it quits and get up with the family. So I work down in my basement, and sometimes after work, that's when I'll get in a game before I go upstairs. So here we go. Randy Bush. And remember, Petrie, his stuff is terrible, -2. So this is not 4.7. This is 2-5. So a 2, still going to be on his card. 62 is an out, an LP, and that is a G3. Ground ball is an air rating of 1. That doesn't fall within the range. So that is a bouncer to the first baseman. Evans has it, steps on the bag, and Randy Bush is out. It's going to bring up Tom Bernansky. Let's see what he does. We have a CD. This is a clutch defense play. Okay, now let's see if I can remember how to do this. So what you do is you go over to the batter's out chart and you figure out the fielder. That's an RP. RP is going to be the left fielder. So then you go to the left fielder, and the left fielder has a CD rating of 2. So then you take the CD rating of 2